think growing up, we had a nice childhood. You know, my sisters and I, there wasn't anything that we wanted that we didn't get. My parents sold the matrimonial home. We were basically without a home for at least like for good 5 years. So we moved from house to house, relative to relative. And in like the span of 5 years, we actually moved like 11 times. You know, my mom, she fell into depression. You know, my sister she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And you know, things just became really rough. And by the end of it, even food became a luxury. You know, at 17, 18 years old, I thought that, you know, since our family is in such a bad shape, I have to stop studying and it's probably better if I just start working and start supporting my family. And it was hard because only with an O-level result, you actually can't do much. It just took a lot emotionally, mentally, physically. I went up to the highest floor and I actually climbed over the ledge. And I stood there for a really long time, and this happened twice. You know, but both times I actually turned back from that. You know, who actually did it eventually, for them, there was no other way out. Yeah, God. They're not a place where you will want to raise your family. You know, when I walk out of the house and I want to go to work, I would see like strangers at the staircase landings. Every night there will be a fight. Previously, I was under the impression that if I wanted to help, you know, people who are underprivileged, I had to leave the country to actually go and help them. But then, you know, living in that condition and being one of them, you know, that really opened up my eyes. We basically give underprivileged families free groceries every month. And the idea is that even if whatever that they're going through, on top of whatever that they're going through, we didn't want families to go to sleep hungry at night. So we wanted to ensure that there was at least food on the table. Not only was I flying, I was still helping my mom with her real estate work, although I couldn't front it myself. There were times where I would, you know, go for my flight. When I touched down at like 6, 7 a.m., I would straight away go for my back to basics drive. You know, and pack the food and everything and make sure, you know, it runs well. But I would say this is where I'm really grateful for my team, my back to basics team. We are also looking into education, employment, and empowerment. We've realized that when we actually help with getting jobs for them or upgrading their skills, there were a number of families that actually completely successfully dropped out of our system. So they're no longer dependent on our groceries. In fact, we've had 1 or 2 families who've actually donated back to basics. You know, it actually amplified the causes that my team and I was involved in. You know, that was a really good reflection for me that, you know, the award really isn't for me, but it's for the work that's been done for the community. It's a scary decision because, you know, I'm leaving a stable income, I'm leaving a really comfortable job. But at the same time, I know that if I don't go into doing this work full time, then it can never really reach the potential it has to. It's really about service at the end of the day, because ultimately we came into this world with nothing. We are going to go back with nothing, but it's the service that we've done on earth that will continue to go on long after we're gone.